Okay, welcome to the very latest Democracy 4 developer video. I am Klifsky, the programmer, designer, well, one of the programmers and designers on the game, and I thought I'd wear the same hat again. But look, I've added things. You can't. Oh, you can, because I can do this. Look, these are the official Democracy 4. I love socialism. I love capitalism. I think I've inverted the webcam because it points the wrong way or something. Yeah, these are controversial badges because capitalism has a black heart, whereas socialism has a red heart. I think that's quite funny, but some people are bound to be offended. Anyway, whatever. We're going to give them away when we do shows. I've got a big pile of them. Had them for ages because we were going to be at a previous show and we didn't. So this is the start screen of the game. I like this effect. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, so this is the start screen. I'm not sure about this globe in the background. I don't know. Like, you know, I mean, who cares? In some respects, but I don't know. Implies we're covering the whole world with the game. I don't know. Whatever. Right. Hopefully this won't crash. Ignore this, it's not in the real game. And I think what mode this is released, so it is the proper speed of everything. Okay, so there's a new thing here actually, just a little new thing. At the bottom here, I'll read this out in case you're watching it on like some potato phone or something. At the recent election, your party won with a majority of 10%. This will give you some political power to implement your policies. So yeah, this is a thing that's been talked about and people have suggested, and I've thought about it before anyway, in that really in the real world it's your majority in Parliament in the UK and your control of the Senate and the House in the US and equivalent things in other systems that actually determines how much you can get done, really, right? Whereas in Democracy 3 it came purely from your ministers. If your ministers were unhappy, you got less political power, political capital we call it, so you couldn't get much done. So we're changing that a little bit. I'm going to talk about various things we've done in the last week. Got quite a lot done actually, it's not been too bad. So in the middle now, if I click on this, we get this new screen. We don't go to the minister screen at all. Imagine that this white icon is slightly faded out because due to a graphics bug it isn't. So yeah, you've got capital currently available 18, which you can see here. You've got 18. You should probably do a big 1-8 there or something. So you've got 18 political capital, and that you're getting 18 per turn. You can roll it over 2 turns worth, so you can only ever have 36 until this amount, until you generate more. So some of this comes from popularity. We're not that popular right now, so some of it is coming from how popular we are, and I think what that represents is it's generally speaking, if you're really popular with the public, then Parliament is not going to massively vote against you or cause you problems or slow you down, or the Senate or the House are not really going to slow you down to the same extent because they don't feel like they have the same mandate. Okay, if there are vast protests across the country saying we hate you, then anyone who disagrees with you and is looking for re-election in their own constituency, obviously, they're possibly going to slow you down and block you. So popularity has some impact. I'm not getting much political power from my popularity because I'm not that popular. I'm talking about me in the game, not me in real life, obviously. And we're getting some from our majority. So we got like a 10% majority. I got 10% more votes than everyone else. This is the start of a new game, so that's the default that I'm giving you. If you win a landslide later in the game, that will go up and you'll have more political power. And I'm getting 13.32 from the ministers, and if you look at ministers, you can see how much each one is giving you. I've reduced the amount that they give you because we've now got political capital from these other sources. So the minister screen now doesn't mention political capital down here because that implied that it only came from ministers, which it did in the previous games, but in Democracy 4 we've got these three sources. We've got popularity, we've got ministers, and we've got this kind of hard set for this term, the extent to which you won a majority. So that's new stuff, and I'd like to know what you think about that. I think that works quite well. There was some thought that maybe it's redundant to allow popularity to influence political capital, because you're already getting that through your ministers, because happy electorate, there you go, environmentalists and farmers make happy ministers. Happy ministers make them more loyal and gives you more capital. So we already have that mechanism. But won't someone think of the liberals? Because here, look, none of the ministers are particularly liberal, so we can make them as happy as we want. It wasn't feeding back into more political capital, which is why I've added this second mechanism for doing that. That's one thing. So we changed a mechanism, and I put a new bit of user interface in, which I quite like. I quite like that. I even quite like those colours. I'm going to fade out that white thing there. Anyway, so that's something. You've probably noticed, oh my god, new buttons. So look, what order are these in? I think they were always in name order, weren't they? And now we can reverse that. Like, who cares? But I guess some people will want it in like name order. Or you can order it by membership. So that is, everyone is in everyone, so that's full. I can't hover over it without it disappearing, but you can see that lighter coloured bar in the background shows membership. So down here, farmers, it just goes to, there's hardly any farmers, hardly any patriots, blah blah blah, fair few parents, capitalists, and everyone is in everyone. We've got loads of socialists. So we can now sort by membership. We can also sort by happiness, which I think is quite handy actually. Because at a glance you can go, yeah, screw these guys, forget them, because like they already love us. What we need to worry about, oh my god, look at that, is these people, because they won't vote for us. They might join the other political party and campaign for them, and they might even join pressure groups and eventually try and kill you, or destabilize your government. So look, we've got new ways of ordering this stuff. I think it's quite... It was worth doing. I don't like the look of it, but I think it's just because I've only just put it in, and it's kind of like, does that look jarring? Does it not look neat? Not sure about that icon there for happiness. So ABC is like the name. The three people is membership, and that smiley rounded square is happiness. I don't know. Do they work? I think they work. We can always tweak that. So that's in, and while I was in a sorting kind of mood, if you go to show potential ministers, nothing's crash check's great. We can sort them by experience. I'm always sorting them to the top. I'm not doing a toggle. I can sort them by experience. Hardly any of them are experienced because they haven't been in government, but that's the least experienced down there, all the way to the top experienced. You can sort them by campaigning ability. Quite a few of them very good at campaigning actually, very variable, or by loyalty. Something else I've got, I'm hoping this isn't going to crash. If it crashes, I'll just restart it. I'm going to fire the welfare dude. Ha! If I now go higher, it will highlight in black the people who have welfare as a desired job. I can't remember what that does. It does something. You get like bonuses to something. If I can't remember, it can't be that obvious, so I need to work on that. Anyway, let's hire her. Rubbish at campaigning, but it doesn't matter because the election's ages away. We can cynically replace her just beforehand. I bet you politicians do that. They're like, yeah, you're really good at running the country, do that, and then in the last year it's like, yeah, everyone hates you though, let's fire you and replace you with someone with charisma. Anyway, so we've done that. What have we done? Sort ministers. Oh yeah, we got some new background stuff. I can't remember what screens. I'll have to go to the next turn and risk a crash to show you, but there's some new kind of like backgroundy stuff. before I show you that, look, if you go into new policies, oh my god, we can search on stuff. So what would be a good thing? Yeah, so Armed Forces Week, Armed Police, City Farms should not be in there. If I go E, should it? Oh god, look at that, look, a live bug. I'm actually not clearing it when I add things. Lol. Yeah, anyway, I'll fix that, obviously. I always fix everything immediately if it's embarrassed me in a video. Anyway, there you go. You'll be able to search, because there's quite a few policies, and we'll probably add loads more. We've already added a bunch, but we'll probably add some more, like state broadcaster is new, state water company is new. I'm just looking at ones that I'm spotting that I know are new. Right to privacy, right to die is new. We already had loads of transport policies, but oh no, we had I put some new effects in on some of them, didn't I? I think I'll get rid of this. This isn't going to happen. This is from Clones and Drones. I'm not sure I like it. Anyway, look, we've got a barely functional actually, that's only one bug, isn't it? So the reason that it was, yeah, that's only one bug. That's easy. It's one line of code. So we've got that. So there's one more thing, just one more thing. He says, like Steve Jobs. Let's go to another turn. My God, it didn't crash. Ignore the fact that I haven't put the graphics in there. So this background that's a bit blurry. Oh my God, that's a bug. Look at that. That should be grey. Oh my God, that's a bug. Anyway, that background is new. We have a new election background, which I can't show you without playing a whole turn. Oh my God, look, that's done it as well. Why has that happened there? I think I know why that's happened there, actually. This is why I do these videos. Look, it's there as well. It doesn't show up immediately. I know what it is. It's something I did yesterday. Anyway, I'm not doing like live debugging because that's boring. So we added these sortable things, and we added this, and we changed the minister stuff. See that one? That sort of works, doesn't it? And we added searchable things. Next week I'm going to be doing some like performance optimization. It runs really well, but I want it to run super well because we're going to show it off in about 4 weeks in London. Could be 3 weeks now, actually. At Rezzed, which is a big but not huge like a PC focused game show in London. We're doing that one because I can just drive to London. I'm not flying all around the world just to show off the game because that's environmentally dubious. Anyway, this is Democracy 4. Obviously it's full of bugs, but I'm working on them. All these bugs are ones that I've put in, actually. I can't even blame Jeff. Anyway, let us know what you think about the stuff that we changed. Very important. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe because my whole sense of self-worth depends upon it. It doesn't. And I'll see you next week.